Welcome to Rod's Tree Tours of the University of Nevada, Reno Arboretum. My name is Rod Hollenbeek, aka the Tree Hunter. I am the host for this tour. This is the Engineering Quad Tree Tour. It starts at the south door of the lower level of the Scrugum Engineering Mines building and goes counterclockwise around the Engineering Quad, turning left at the Palmer Engineering building and ending near the seating area in the middle of the quad. Scrugum Engineering Mines was built in 1963, and trees from number 1 to 5 on the map were planted then. There is a pause of 2 seconds after each tree to let you get to the next tree, but if you haven't yet reached the tree or if you need a little extra time to locate or contemplate it, please press pause until you are ready, then press play. Okay, let's get started. Exiting the building, turn right to see, at number 1 on the map, the tall, thin conifer Eastern Arborvitae, scientific name Thuja occidentalis. It is native to eastern North America and is valued because it is columnar, is an evergreen tree, and has small, inconspicuous cones. These trees are often planted between buildings and sidewalks. This tree was planted only 2 feet from the building and had to lean outward to grow. The large tree next to it, at number 2 on the map, is Red Mulberry, scientific name Morus rubra, native to eastern and central U.S. The leaves of this tree may have 1, 2, or 3 lobes. There are both male and female trees. This tree is probably a male, it bears no fruit. This tree was also planted too close to the building. In the grove of trees ahead at number 3 is the silver gray conifer Colorado blue spruce, scientific name Picea pungens. Native to the northern Rocky Mountains, it grows quite well in Reno. Its blue-gray foliage makes it a desirable accent tree. However, it is a large tree and so is unsuitable for street or yard plantings. The 2 tall conical trees at number 4 are Giant Sequoia, scientific name Sequoiadendron giganteum. Many are present on the campus. This native of the western slope of the Sierra Nevada grows quickly and has a conical shape. It also has egg-sized and shaped cones and all-shaped needles. These trees are pretty big for having been planted in 1963. Between the giant sequoias and the breezeway at number 5 is Cedar of Lebanon, scientific name Cedrus labani. Native to Lebanon, which features it on its flag, this is one of 3 species of true cedars on campus, and it was very popularly planted in Reno half a century ago. But it has been supplanted by Deodar Cedar a few trees ahead. Possibly because its foliage is not as full as Deodar cedars. Possibly because its foliage is not as full as Atlas cedars. This particular tree is hemmed in by the other trees. Past the breezeway there is a group of small trees at number 6. The largest ones were planted a number of years ago. The rest were planted in 2016. The larger tree at number 6 in the corner of the building, past the breezeway, is American holly, scientific name Ilex opaca. Native to the eastern U.S., it is the holly that Americans think of at Christmas time, with its sharply pointed leaves and its red berries in winter. This tree is a Nevada State up-and-coming tree. The other large tree is red-tip photinia, scientific name Photinia x fraseri, originally discovered in a nursery in 1940 and introduced to the trade in 1955. This is normally a broadleaf evergreen shrub, but this particular plant has grown to tree size. Red-tip photinia is so named because its new growth in late winter is red. The 2 trees between these 2 older trees are Kusa dogwood, scientific name Cornus kusa, native to Japan, Korea, and China. They are different from the near relative flowering dogwood, of which there is a fine example on the south of Sarah Fleischman tree tour, in 2 ways. First, The so-called petals, which are actually bracts, that is, flower coverings, are pointed. Second, the Coosa dogwood fruit is a half-inch globe. At each end of this area is a blood-red-leaved tree with hand-shaped leaves. These are bloodgood Japanese maple, scientific name Acer palmatum bloodgood. This is one of the most popular of hundreds of cultivars of the species Japanese maple, which is native to Japan, Korea, and China, because it keeps a blood-red color until fall, when it may turn red. The weeping conifer next to the first bloodgood Japanese maple is weeping white spruce, scientific name Picea glauca pendula, a cultivar of the tree native to Alaska and Canada. This tree may grow to 12 feet tall, but only 6 feet wide. The other weeping conifer is weeping Serbian spruce, scientific name Picea umorica pendula, whose species is native to Serbia and neighboring countries. This tree will also remain small. The remaining small tree in this area has contorted branches. It is Harry Lauder's walking stick, scientific name Corylus avellana contorta. It was discovered in the early 1900s and was named after a Scottish entertainer. It is grafted and grows very slowly. The parent tree, European filbert, grows much more vigorously and will destroy the desired shape if not pruned away. Head on the sidewalk toward the steps. At the southeast corner of this building, at number 7, is Deodar Cedar, scientific name Cedrus deodara, planted in 1963. This true cedar, also called Himalayan cedar, is native to Afghanistan and western Nepal. Its upward-pointing white to beige cones grow all over the tree in winter. This tree has bright green needles with a touch of yellow, and its top and branches tend to droop. Next to the Deodar Cedar at number 8 is a UNR Arboretum area of interest called the Wolf Flow. It contains an artificial brook, wildflowers, shrubs, and quaking aspens, scientific name Populus tremuloides. 3 were originally planted here, but they fell over during a storm. Quaking aspen in its native habitat comes back from the roots, as it is doing here. Left to itself, it will become a thicket echoing the theme of the wolf flow, wildness. Please press pause and go up the steps about 10 feet to the conifer on the left at number 9, then press play. This is Jeffrey pine, scientific name Pinus jeffreyi, planted 1963. It is native to the Sierra Nevada. Distinguishing between it and the similar-looking ponderosa pine, for which a good example can be found on the west of Manzanita Lake tree tour, is easy. Ponderosa pine has small, fist-shaped cones, and its bark has no smell, while Jeffrey pine has 6-inch cones, and its bark smells to most people like vanilla. Both species have 3 needles in a bundle. They were logged for the Comstock silver boom in nearby Virginia City, and as a result, the Lake Tahoe Basin was basically deforested. To its left, at number 10, is apple, scientific name Malus domestica. Apple trees have been cultivated for thousands of years. This particular tree bears fruits regularly, later than the apple in the Fleischmann agua. There are many fruiting apple cultivars, and it is difficult to differentiate them. Past the Colorado blue spruce at the northeast corner of Laxalt Mineral Engineering at number 11 is Cobus magnolia, scientific name Magnolia cobus. Like other magnolias, it has large fuzzy buds in late winter. This tree has spectacular white flowers about 4 inches across with 6 to 9 thin petals. For a side-by-side comparison of Cobus magnolia and Star Magnolia, go to the Around Thompson and Franzen Buildings tree tour. Please press pause and follow the sidewalk toward Palmer. When you get past the intersection of the 2 sidewalks, look at the large tree on the left with lobed leaves at number 12 and press play. This is northern red oak, scientific name Quercus rubra, planted 1978, a native of eastern North America. This tree has leaves with pointed lobes, indicative of the red oak group. Northern red oak is an excellent ornamental tree for northern Nevada because it has red, orange, and yellow fall color, has few problems, and grows rapidly. Oaks come out later than many other trees on campus, but in early spring, the tiny oak flowers looking like strings drooping down from the branch signal that things are happening. The white bark tree past it, left of the entrance to Palmer Engineering at number 13, is red maple, scientific name Acer rubrum, planted 1974. Native to the eastern and midwestern U.S., this tree is tough, grows quickly, is cold hardy, and provides reliable red fall color, which is possibly why there are so many red maples on campus. There are perhaps 100 cultivars of this species with different leaf shapes, although all have 3 finely toothed lobes. Please press pause and head toward the front door of Scrugan. When you get to a white-barked tree at number 14, press play. This is European white or European weeping birch, scientific name Betula pendula, native to Europe. This tree may have been planted in 1963 like other trees in the quad, but it is not doing very well and is, in fact, stunted. It has spear-shaped leaves that turn dull to bright yellow in fall and long, thin branches, which tend to weep, hence the name. Please press pause and turn left onto the sidewalk. When you get to the seating area, look at the large rounded tree with 2 trunks right of the sidewalk at number 15 and press play. This is red horse chestnut, scientific name Aesculus carnea ex Briati, planted 1963, a hybrid of 2 horse chestnut species. It is a very popular tree in England with its 6-inch by 4-inch flower clusters reminiscent of common horse chestnut. To see a common horse chestnut, go to the Fleischmann Ag Quad or the Quad Tree Tour. Unlike common horse chestnut, which has white flowers, red horse chestnut has flowers that are bright pink to pinkish red. There are 3 of these trees in this quad. This one is the Nevada State Champion. This concludes the Engineering Quad Tree Tour. Thank you for joining me on this tour. If you would like to support the Arboretum, please see the options on the donate link on the UNR Arboretum website.